Hello? I don't have a hat on. God, why do I look like this? So I can't decide if I want to do a video on this. I mean, I do, or like a DIY full one. I have to do an engine on a Focus RS. And so stuff that I need to pull it in. I've had it for a few weeks now. Spun rod bearing. I'll pull it in. You're gonna listen. Ready? Hold on. No, give me a minute. I gotta open the garage. All right, I'm gonna go get it. So, many of you know that I'm, oh, I think it's rolling backwards. I am far from a Focus RS advocate myself. Man, I don't really care what you drive, honestly. But I have this Focus here, and I guess, I mean, I might as well. The only reason I do DIYs on any other car is because I know it very thoroughly. Whether you just see my back only. I'm just gonna do a walk around of this. Then I'm gonna go over what I'm going to do. So let's wrap this thing. Let's go through my thought process right now. So I'm deciding, since it's an all-wheel drive vehicle with a transaxle, I know there's gonna be a transfer case of some sort. Never had one of these off. I don't know if the transaxle is part, or the transfer case is part of the transmission, or if it's separate, like a bevel box, like a VW. I'll lift that up. I'll lift it up and look at that. Another thing, I'm gonna look and see if I can pull the whole front end off the vehicle. Headlights, bumper, and then just pull the motor, which will be straight towards me. Kind of up against a wall, but I think if I clear all this out, I have no space here. Yeah, let me lift it up and see what we got going on underneath. Alrighty, I don't know where any lights are. Can I find any lights here? I guess this one. Let's take peeks under here. What do we got? So, it appears we got an oil leak, which is probably why his motor died. He didn't top off his oil. Okay, so the bevel box is bolted to the side, but there's tons of room actually in front of the subframe. So probably end up just pulling the front bumper if I can, and the front end, the radiator, and everything up the front. Pull the axles off, obviously. Pull that axle, pull that axle. What kind of control arm does it have? I kind of take all that into factor. Let's see, it's got riveted lower ball joints. It does have this style. I can pop that off, pull it out, maybe slide the axle out. It's another thing I look at. Just whatever is going to be the easiest. What it has are these dumbass push clips everywhere. I fucking hate them, man. I don't know why the freaking domestics and stuff use them. They're so annoying. So I think this engine's coming out the front. I did see a picture online, I think it was ALLDATA, which did show it with the front end off. So it looks like I'll be able to do that. Another big thing is if I can fit the Exocet underneath this, which is a huge thing because I do not want to leave the Exocet outside in the rain again because the seats got all wet, and I do not like that. Look at the whoa. See, what do we have attached to the chassis? So it's got, here's some cooler lines maybe. It look like integrated into the transmission. This is a manual, so it's a little smaller, a little bit lighter. You know, I think we might be able to pull this out to the front. Just the only, like I said, the only factor is I can pull the whole front end off as a clip like the Volkswagen. Let's just start on that. may not be in order, but so I went ahead and pulled this front splitter piece. This one, that one here. Just had the 10s here and some 30s. Looks like this. Once it's off, and then I'm gonna be working on getting the bumper off, which only actually looks like a couple 10s way up there, which attaches to the fender. And I'm half deciding if I want to. Okay, well, here's something. You definitely got to take these ductings off because they're attached. So I will take these ductings off with these screws here, and the 2 10s way up there. And I don't know where these electrical connections go. Looks like this one might be connected to the body. So I'm probably gonna talk about the fog lights. Unclip them somewhere. 100% clipped in there, but they're just a pain in the butt to get off. Okay, so after you get all of these screws out of here, so you got this 10, this 10. You can leave this plastic tab here. This was actually supposed to stay behind, but it did not. Or is it? What the heck? This one's like totally. Yeah, see this white piece? It's supposed to stay behind. So yeah, we'll take this clip out. And then I took all these out, fender liner, these 2 T25s for the brake ducting, and these ones. Bumper comes out. When you're pulling the bumper out, you have to stick it underneath here, a screwdriver, and lift this thing up. Tab right there, pull that up. Comes unclipped, take these ones out. I'll do this one. All right, pull the headlights off. There's a T30 right here in the corner. T30 over here on the back. I'm going to pick up the back corner of the headlamp back here. And then unplug it. This is actually super similar. This is the same connector as the VW's. Then you got some headlamp out. Okay, now I'm gonna work on taking this crossbar off. Now I need to know what is connected to this hole. It looks like this has actually been off before. I see bolt marks or socket marks on there, and one of the connector for the other headlamp was broken. So this has definitely been off. So what I'm gonna do is take a scan, see what's attached here, what can I take off, what comes with it. I know I'm gonna have to undo my intercooler hoses, radiator intake's gotta come off, undo this harness, which is broken already. So somebody, I already had this front end, so you're gonna take anything attached to this piece off. Now if it's like the VWs, you can leave the intercooler behind, but I don't think it's gonna be like that. I think I'm gonna have to take the radiator, AC condenser, everything with it, unplug the AC, unplug any crash sensors. If I see anything super crazy, like here's the fan connections right here, so I'm gonna undo those. Oh, you can see that the fan connection's back here. That one you just squeeze it back somehow. I don't know how these come off. Yeah, so here's your fan connections, and then I'm gonna just work on the front and get this thing off. All right, so here we are. I like to take the brake ducting off that goes from here to here, just to a T25, so I can pop the intercooler hoses off on both sides. So I took both the brake ductings off. You can leave this connection. Here's your fan connections here. Should all come with it. You'll have this bolt here, 10, 20, or sorry, 10, 10, and 13. Looks like a 13. Draining the coolant. You'll need to drain the AC. Bam, bam, bam. Again, you'll have no more hood rod prop, so prop that up before you take that off so it won't smash you in the face. I took this linkage here for the hood release off. It's somewhere down here. I don't know where it is. Right here. That comes off. Just unclip all your harnesses from there. Then after the coolant's done draining, I'm gonna take take the radiator hoses off. Ooh. And then what is this on? Then I can unbolt all those big bolts I just showed you and pull the front end off. So you can see once you take this off, it's gonna fall on your schnoggin. I've took the radiator hoses off here, and then there's one over here. I haven't decided where I'm gonna take that off yet. Through under here, above this intercooler hose, you also have the connection there. You have your horn, your airbag connectors here, one here, and one here. And then just the miscellaneous things clipped on, like this AC hose needs to come off there, and that stays behind. And then we should theoretically be able to pull the front end off. I need to do it upgraded. He bought a new intercooler for this, so I will be changing the intercooler out too. But I'm waiting for this finished draining, pull the radiator hoses off, and pull the whole front end off. All right, now I'm gonna work on everything attached to the chassis, like this. So this ground cable needs to come off right here that you can't see. There's the ground here. This engine harness runs up, I'm assuming, to this fuse box and into the control unit. And then this big connector here has got to come off. And then there's also this box here, which apparently needs to come with the engine. But maybe I'm assuming the engine control unit's in this box over here. But I don't really know, it's my first time, so we'll see. And then once I get all that off, this fuse cover, because it's blocking these motor mount brackets, so I'll take that fuse box off. I don't even know if is that where the battery is? That's what it looks like. Battery is, battery tray, and I'll take all that off. I need more space. All right, took this off. This is the air box. Ooh, sorry, I don't know why I keep doing weird things. This is the battery box. Has 3 bolts inside. Took this front cover off because then you can get the battery out. So, battery out, got this off. Now it gives you access to up here for this bracket that holds, can't tell if this bracket holds the, it must hold down the bracket for the motor mount transition. So I'm just gonna take this pipe out of my way.
taking this off to get some more space, because you're gonna have to pop the shifter cover or the shifter off and the slave cylinder lines down here. So to do that, I'm just gonna go screwdriver that I just had. Pop that off. Same thing with the other one. They're just ball sockets. You can't even see that. There's ball sockets, and then pull the shifter. Let's see, how do you take this off? Pull back this black collar, kind of like an air hose. For the one shifter, there's the black piece. You pull that off, pull that straight up. Same thing with the other one. Pull back the black collar. And then pop it off. Just place them up there out of your way. And then what else do we got here? I'll lift this up because this is on the back. Okay, got 2 bolts for the engine control unit. One sits here, behind here, and then that fell off. And then there's another one down here on the frame ramp. Take those out and just pull your engine harness. Oh, it's really cool on my foot. And then droop this. Well, I'm gonna leave this hanging here because it's probably gonna get in my way a million times. So there's the engine harness, pretty much off. I had to use this special tool to get the fuel rail off, or the fuel line. The metal one here. I tried to get the one off the fuel pump, but I just couldn't get it off. The black thing broke. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong or what. went ahead and took the axle bolt out, 32. I took out the lower ball joint nut, which I'm hoping won't require much spreading force, and then I can just, because it's, as I find a ratchet here. It's kind of like the Volkswagens where you have this bottom joint and then you take the nut out because it's squeezing it and you stick a tool in the middle. I don't really have. Probably just stick a punch in here maybe. Just gonna hammer a punch in there slightly. I'll try to show you what I'm doing here. Just take this fender liners all the way off. All right, so there's the, so you take the nut out, the bolt out, you put the wedge in here, and then you just give that little taps. Theoretically, you should be able to pull that out. Let's see. Oh, and it's getting stuck on my wood. So, this one might require, let's see how much force this is. Oh man, that is really in there. See how easy that just popped back in. So it doesn't require much to get it out of there. Ugh. Like getting stuck on something. Crooked, really. Ugh. This is being more pain in the ass than I thought it would be. Usually I have a spreader tool I can stick in there. It's too tight a hole for this. WD in there. And a bigger hammer. Alright, just get the right angle on it. Generally, there's a lot of force from the rubber bushings pushing up, so you gotta pull down pretty hard. So this is my plan to try to just get the axle. Let's see if I can just pop this out now with the pry bar. Probably not. Let's see if I can. Maybe I can just swing this out. This one is to get out of here. Apparently, if I could just swing, because typically what I'll do is I'll just take the tie rod off. There's a really small bolt on this one. Tie rod's a 15. If I can just do that, I can just turn it with the leave the axle in. Just trying to press the ball joint off right now. The tie rod. Instead. Got it. So now, took the 15 off on the axle. Now you got your tie rod off, you can kind of turn this wherever you want and pull this out. But I still need to get the axle out of the transmission over here. Can't not get that axle out here. I hope it comes off right here. It doesn't need to take the whole intermediate shaft off, which would be kind of lame. You know, it's just how cars are sometimes. Super lame. And up here that the axle comes off from right here. I gotta take the whole freaking. All right, let's take this flange off. This is supposed to come off here. Okay, so this whole thing's gonna slide out of here. I'm having a heck of a time here. This thing does not come off. There we go. It's coming out of the transmission. Okay, well, can't seem to pull this out far enough. So, I get the axle here. This is typically why I don't do DIY some cars I'm not used to, because now I might got people confused probably. Now you got the whole shaft out, so you gotta do it that way. Then the other side, you won't have an intermediate shaft, so you'll be able to just take the wheel off, do the same thing on the other side, take the lower ball joint out, that way. So that's what I'm gonna do, and pull the axle out on the other side. All right, let's go over what I've done so far. So underneath here, I took this bar off, this big long one, which goes under here. Those, I loosened the subframe in the rear and then the front to drop the rear down because I was worried about this exhaust not clearing, because I don't see any way to disconnect the downpipe. I really haven't tried to look, but it doesn't look like there's anywhere to disconnect the downpipe up there. I don't see it anywhere. And then I took the exhaust clamp off, moved the exhaust obviously out of the way, unbolted the drive shaft from the differential up front, the bevel box, whatever you want to call it. And then I also, so undid this clamp, undid the drive shaft. There was a big black plate here, which is somewhere on the floor, that was holding up the drive shaft bearing, center bearing, so I took that off. And yeah, so hopefully I can clear this. If I jack the engine up, it's super close to clearing. So I think if this drive shaft moved to the side, I think I'll be able to clear. So I dropped those just in case, because once you're down on the ground, you're kind of screwed. Took this pendulum mount bolt off so that motor can come forward. I don't see anything else connected, so hopefully I haven't missed anything. Took this off, took the axle out because I tried to just swing it, but it's just too deep into the transmission to get it out. So I ended up taking that axle all the way out, using a spreader on the lower ball joint to push it down with the pry bar. And yeah, so yeah, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I don't really know. Like, I think I'm ready to pull the engine. I'm gonna lower it back down, see where I'm at. I don't think the secondary O2 is connected to the chassis. I think it goes up to the engine. I got the shift linkage off up top. I think I'm ready to rock and roll as far as moving the engine out. We'll see. All right, still gotta get the heater core hoses off. So they're like the pull spring tabs. Let me pull one off. You don't have to pull it all the way off, you just need to pull it up. They look like this. So take this one out. Just pull it up till it's, it doesn't go up anymore. Then that's when it's release the spot. So let me do that. Oh, let me slide it back on. Then you fight with the stupid hose when it go on. Sometimes I like to get on the spot and tap these gently. Like they always come out. There's my clip. Find that later. You don't want to get underneath it, you just want to tap the edges. It'll pop off. Bruh. Okay, I can't get this freaking hose off.